Welcome to the Gateway Center Arena here in College Park, the new home of the Atlanta Dream. And tonight, the Connecticut Sun are gearing up to take on the Atlanta Dream on their home floor here in College Park during the 25th anniversary of the WNBA season. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tabitha Turner, joined by my partner, Autumn Johnson. And Autumn, ever since the end of last season, throughout the entire postseason, all the talk with this Atlanta Dream organization has been about change, starting from the top down. Last February, as we all know, the Atlanta Dream and the WNBA approved the sale of the Dream to Larry Gottsteiner, Suzanne Hebert, and a familiar name to Dream fans, Renee Montgomery.
Yeah, two-time champion, an all-star, and formerly with the Atlanta Dream, so she's no stranger to this organization. But now this adds player perspective to the executive office. She knows this team. She suited up with this team. She knows exactly what they want and need. So now this just adds a voice into the room that decisions are being made. And hey, it's Renee Montgomery. She's very passionate and very energetic with everything that she does. So expected her to just come in and make an immediate impact, and I'm excited to see her expand in this role.
Yeah, very excited. You know what, Autumn, the changes didn't stop there. They went down to the coaching staff when Nikki Collin, former head coach, got the amazing opportunity to become the head coach at Baylor University. She took the opportunity, and it opened up doors for her assistant coaches. So now interim head coach Mike Peterson is now taking on the role as head coach for the Atlanta Dream.
Yeah, again, no stranger to this organization. For the past 3 seasons, he was their assistant coach. So you don't have to go through that entire process of learning each other. They know him, and they were very excited for him to take on this position. But he did say that they are in the process of figuring things out. And that's what it's going to take for chemistry to flow. They're going to have to go through some adversity. Competition is going to help that chemistry. But he's very excited about the talent that he has on this roster.
Yeah, and with all the changes that have happened, you would think it would have stopped there. No, it kept going, because when you get to the players now, you've got 5 new players for the Atlanta Dream, gotten through trade and free agency periods and also the draft. But then 4 of the 6 returning players for the Atlanta Dream have yet to suit up for an official home game on a home court. So a lot of new faces, and of course Tiffany Hayes has yet to join the team as well. But Autumn, with the chemistry, when it comes to that, what are the Dream trying to do, and what's going to be some of the adversity they come into with this roster?
Well, you can definitely see the trend of the draft that they had for the past 2 seasons. I mean, 2020, taking Kennedy Carter straight out of Texas A&M. And then 2021, you have Ari McDonald out of Arizona, one of the most explosive backcourts in the WNBA, and they are speed and quick. They are shifty guards. They're going to use their quickness to create pace and attack the basket, get out in transition. So you're going to want to run with this team tonight. They can create endless rotations with Courtney Williams and Odyssey Sims as well. So it's going to be exciting to see. Kurt Miller already really just said speed of Atlanta makes him nervous tonight, so we're going to see a lot of that tonight.
Well, we can't wait to get to it. Coming up next, we've got Jonquel Jones and the Connecticut Sun taking on the Atlanta Dream. Tip-off coming up next. The Atlanta Dream season opener on Twitter tonight is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Welcome back, everybody. The Connecticut Sun are taking on the Atlanta Dream here at the Gateway Center Arena in College Park, Georgia. And Autumn, before the break, we talked a little bit about Atlanta and a few of their players, but you know, now I want to get on to Connecticut and a couple of their players that we need to pay attention to. So who do we have to look out from the Connecticut squad?
Well, definitely I'm keeping an eye on DeWanna Bonner and Jonquel Jones. This is an anticipated dangerous duo that we've all been looking forward to. You know, Jonquel Jones, she opted out of the season last season due to COVID-19 precaution. But hey, now these two are together. They're tall and long. I'm so excited to see them compete together and the chemistry that they'll bring. And they are just a threat overall. Bonner said we're going to be pretty big and long, so we're going to have to bank on defense. And she thinks that their defense is going to be one of the top defenses in this league.
Yeah, Jonquel Jones standing at 6'6". DeWanna Bonner standing at 6'7", or 6'4", should I say. But both a force to be reckoned with as we get into starting lineups here today at the Gateway Center. Now for Connecticut, we've got at guard Breon January, guard Natisha Heidman, forward DeWanna Bonner, forward Jonquel Jones, and forward Brianna Jones. And for the Atlanta Dream, we've got guard Courtney Williams, Odyssey Sims, forward Tiana Hawkins, forward Kennedy Carter, and forward Elizabeth Williams, a familiar face with this Atlanta Dream team. And as we're looking at these starting lineups, Autumn, what do you think is going to be the biggest challenge for both teams? What's going to be the key for the Atlanta Dream and the key for Connecticut?
Well, I think for both of these teams, it's just going to be gelling together. We have a lot of pieces that have late arrivals due to international commitments. They missed a couple of training camps. But hey, this is the time that you figure it all out. You're not going to have everything figured out this early in the season, but that's okay. That's what these games are for, to progress. But for the keys for Atlanta, they're going to have to create pace. We talked about that speed. They don't want to play in a half-court game. They want to get those steals, run in transition, and really run them out of the gym and really make sure they limit the Suns' three-point shooting. That's with Bonner, Heidman, Jones, Carrington. They have plenty of three-point threats at that perimeter, but for Connecticut, they're going to have to slow down Atlanta's tempo. Like we said, they're quick. Yeah. They're an explosive backcourt, and use their size to their advantage. They are a balanced scoring attack. And I mentioned Jonquel Jones at the three-point line. Yes, she's in the paint, but she can spread out to the perimeter, knock down a little three if she wants to, blow by her defender if she needs to. But that's just the amount of depth and talent that they have on this Connecticut team.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Kurt Miller, he's going to have his hands full, should I say, as you already mentioned, that he is scared of Mike Peterson and this Atlanta Dream team and the tempo that they run with. This is a team, Autumn, that likes to run up and down the floor. As you mentioned, they don't want to get caught in that half-court game. They want to go full court, run you up and down, pull your post out so that they can have a clean lane, as Mike Peterson likes to say. We had a very lengthy talk with him yesterday, and that was a term that I picked up. So exciting game to watch, and let's get ready to tip off some Atlanta Dream versus Connecticut Sun magic here in the 25th anniversary of the WNBA.
Yeah, very exciting to start off with, you know, tip off of the 25th season. This is so exciting to finally be here in this arena. It gives them some type of home court advantage. The logo, I love it. The Count It logo is on the floor. They got their new jerseys on, new colorway with the ball. I mean, it's just very exciting to get this season going for 25 years. Just amazing women taking over this league.
And Atlanta gets the first tip, the first possession. And right away, we saw Tiana Hawkins driving to the basket. Got a travel call, but you see right away this Atlanta Dream team and their MO is going to be to drive to the basket the entire game.
Well, that's what we saw the entire Mystics preseason game as well. They wanted to make sure that they attacked the basket, and we'll see a lot of that tonight.
DeWanna Bonner gets the pass to January, gets it back in the post. Has a shorter Sims over her. Misses the two, but Elizabeth Williams is there to pull down the rebound. She's fouled from behind.
Well, that's something Mike Peterson also mentioned when we were talking to him yesterday. Whoever guards Bonner at the three, they're going to be smaller than her. Bonner has played the three, but also some of the four in summer camp. So she's going to come out in the 3 or 4 position, but the fact that she has such size advantage, that was one of our keys. They're going to have to use that to their advantage tonight.
The Dream get a quick possession back. Tiana Hawkins shoots the three, misses. Heidman comes down with the rebound. Bonner gets it into Jonquel Jones for the turnaround, and it is good for 2. And here you see a lot of pick and screen action from the Atlanta Dream. Tiana Hawkins gets it to Courtney Williams. Atlanta trying to set something up. Williams with the shot. Thought she was fouled, but January comes down with the rebound.
Well, that's something you mentioned, Tabitha. We're definitely going to see a lot of that two-man game during the Mystics. That's all they ran, really, making sure that the forwards came up and set that screen. If they went under, they were going to shoot in mid-range. If they went over, if they tried to follow them, they were going to blow past them and go to the basket.
And Elizabeth Williams gets the putback, the rebound and the putback off of Odyssey Sims' miss. 2 for Williams underneath the basket. See a lot of screening action here for the Connecticut Sun. Jonquel Jones gets it back from January. And Jones just takes it right inside and draws the foul on Elizabeth Williams. That's her first.
I mean, you're going to see a lot of that tonight. Jonquel Jones, she's just such an aggressive big. She's going to try to attack the basket. I mean, look at this. Coming right in, sees the defenders, doesn't even care, just puts it right up strong. You're going to get to the free throw line anyway. Hey, let's knock him down for 2 free throwing.
I mean, such an amazing elite athlete, Jones. I mean, she's a really good shooter. She can take you off the dribble from the wing. She's an excellent free throw shooter. I mean, just an overall plethora of skills that this player has.
Something that I love that Mike Peterson yesterday said was Hurricane Jonquel, you better watch out. They are prepared for her. They've shut down their windows, made sure they prepare for this storm.
He said put sandbags on the door.
Exactly.
Let that part out.
So yeah, you definitely want to minimize her damage that she's going to do tonight.
Tiana Hawkins setting the screen for Kennedy Carter, who gets fouled by Heidman.
She likes that too. She's not her head. Yeah, that was definitely a foul.
And Kennedy Carter, I mean, the season that she just had last year, the breakout year, led all rookies in the league, drafted number 4 overall to Atlanta. I mean, just kind of put this team on her back. And you know, they didn't have the best season last year. You could clearly see that the future is bright with a player like Kennedy Carter.
Absolutely. Came right in. I mean, yes, she did suffer some injuries, but led Atlanta in scoring last season, averaging 17.4 points per game. She is a very key part to their offense.
And Jonquel Jones ducks it in underneath under Elizabeth Williams and gets the easy 2 underneath. Pass deflected. Courtney Williams, a little shake and bake on DeWanna Bonner, passes it out to Sims, who gets it to Carter. Carter in, draws the foul, and Heidman can't believe that that foul was on her.
Well, hey, Courtney Williams, she was open right there, found a better look underneath, found some ball rotation as well, but got into Odyssey Sims right here, didn't have it. Went to Kennedy Carter. This was what she does best, attack the basket, get to the line. That's how she gets in rhythm.
I like that little shake and bake there from Courtney Williams. I mean, kind of got one of the best players in the WNBA off her feet.
Everyone knows that, you know, Courtney Williams has some swag about herself. She's not afraid to show it.
She certainly is not, as the first for Kennedy Carter is good. Charles has just checked in for the Connecticut Sun. January pushing the ball up the floor, looking for the open man, finds Charles on the wing. And Jonquel Jones loses it on the Atlanta Dream sideline. Maybe she got a little rattled there from the players.
Yeah, that's something that Atlanta does best. They create pressure, especially with their quick hands on defense. You're going to see a lot of their defense create their offense.
And right here, Kennedy Carter gets it to Courtney Williams on the wing. E. Williams to set the screen. Back to Sims for the 3, and it is good from downtown for Odyssey Sims.
You know, we talk about them running, attacking the basket, but hey, when you can throw some three-point game in there, that's all right. Odyssey Sims, she adds a veteran piece to this squad. She adds some facilitating for them, and she's a key leader for them.
And right there, a little too aggressive for Kennedy Carter, who goes for the steal. That's her second foul, so Atlanta might have to pull Carter. And a replay right here of Lucy Sims with a nothing but net 3 from Courtney Williams.
She knew that was going in.
She knew it was going in. But Kennedy Carter takes a seat with that second foul. Smart move by the Atlanta Dream.
Yeah, that's a big loss, but hey, when you talk about that endless death in the backcourt, you have Ari McDonald coming in, picks right on up.
Ari McDonald picks up her first foul as she just enters the game.
But this is something that you don't want in the first quarter, Tabitha. I mean, already getting in foul trouble with your key players. There's the second one.
And this is a good job by Kurt Miller and the Connecticut Sun, because this is part of their game plan, is to get them into foul trouble and not have to play that fast game that Atlanta plays. And You see right here, Ari McDonald a little too aggressive on the steal, tries to pull it back last second, but gets called for the foul.
But Ari McDonald, I had the opportunity to watch her during the NCAA tournament and cover her their entire season. I mean, with the DeWanna Bonner underneath, she's so great at defense. She was the co-player of the year and co-defensive player of the year for the Pac-12. I mean, she's amazing.
Courtney Williams a little shake and bake on the baseline, who finds Odyssey Sims in the middle. Good pass to Odyssey Sims, who draws the foul on Connecticut. And I believe the foul was on Charles. Yep, right there.
Nice cut to the basket and use the body to create some contact.
The first is good for Odyssey Sims. Gets the second one to go. And the Dream set up in their full court press.
Yeah, once they make that free throw, you're definitely going to see that.
Kayla Charles gets it. Jonquel Jones sets the screen, pops the three, nothing but net.
We talked about that. You definitely can't give Jonquel Jones room beyond the arc. She's going to hit it. Yes, she's a big, but she can stretch the floor and create some space. Especially that's beneficial for the Connecticut Sun, so therefore it's going to work down low.
Monique Billings passes up the screen, decides to take it in and draws the foul. Draws the foul on, that's her second, excuse me, I couldn't hear the stat line. Trying to figure out who that second foul was. Monique Billings at the line. Knocks down the first. And Autumn, Monique is a player, a returning player, as Montpremier comes in for Connecticut in the post. But Monique Billings, just a player who, you know, we joked with our producer and Coach Mike Peterson about the conditioning level of the post for Atlanta. And, you know, some of the posts said, hey, we're going to have to get in the gym after they drafted Ari McDonald. They immediately got in the gym to, you know, further get in shape. Monique Billings was one of the posts for Atlanta who said, hey, I'm already in shape. I can run with them.
Oh, yeah, Monique, she's going to work. She's going to bring you energy as well. Definitely an improved player since, you know, being in this league. And that's something Mike Peterson praised about her game, is just how well she's been for this team and creating a spark. I mean, she led Atlanta last year in rebounding.
And Jonquel Jones right there just bodies her way into the paint. Courtney Williams tries to respond. Jones comes down with the rebound, takes it up the court. Takes it straight into Strickland, her former teammate and one, headed to the free throw line.
Man, I mean, you have to get in front of Jonquel Jones and stop her some type of way. She's just going to blow past you. It looks easy for her right now. She just kind of cruises in, does a little step through, gets it through. Making it look easy out there.
And I know Shakina Strickland is saying, listen, I know that move. I've seen that move. I used to play with you. I should have never fell for it. And she dropped her head a little bit and said, hey, my bad. Well, coming back up, Atlanta is down by 4 to the Connecticut Sun. More first half action coming up.
Taurasi split the double team and somehow
fancy passes from Diana Taurasi, but this one, no look, easy.
D by Russell, getting back just enough to influence Williams. What a find! Canada rolling a strike to
shot. Jefferson can't get it. Unescu with a rebound quickly up ahead. Oh my, what a pass!
And threw the ball right from the free throw line. The distance of the court so that Jordan Holmes sent ball.
no-look dish, and Jones finishes on a beautiful delivery from Jasmine Thomas.
Quigley just every time the Sparks get close.
There's a Grumake running the floor right. Won't go. Now back out to Taurasi. What a dish! And the finish.
Watch Taurasi draw help and drop it off. She didn't even turn and look. She knew that was 2 points. The no look.
Another chance for Connecticut to extend the game high. 20 strong. The down court feed. What a gorgeous pass.
Easy buckets, beautiful pass and catch. Clarendon. Courtney Williams hands it over to Laney. Laney with the nice pass. How did she get that over?
Welcome back to Gateway Center Arena at College Park, where the Atlanta Dream trail the Connecticut Sun 15-11. Order the latest Atlanta Dream merchandise today. We have jerseys, t-shirts, hats, and more. Visit atlantadream.net to link the official Dream store. Atlanta Dream fans finally back in the stands with their masks on. Families enjoying their time here at the game. Suzanne Abair was in the crowd right there to the left of the screen as well, but just enjoying some WNBA action here on a Friday night.
Yeah, and you definitely love the new arena because it just creates some type of intimacy, right? We were in the State Farm Arena last year, but this one feels more close and more at home, more energetic. You can see well. I mean, we're right here getting all the action. It's been fun to see, but, I mean, overall, just a great vibe coming in for this season opener.
Jones missed the conversion of the free throw on the and one. Atlanta loses the ball. January picks it up. Connecticut going the other way. Charles gets it into Jonquil Jones in the post, has Monique Billings behind her. Backs her down. Monique Billings affected that shot.
Yeah, and that's actually the first shot that Jonquil Jones missed. She was 5 for now 6 from the floor, 1 for 3 from the 3, 1 for 1 from the 3, excuse me, and 2 for 3 from the free throw line, but she's a problem.
And from another angle, you see Jonquil Jones backing in Monique Billings, and Monique Billings not giving an inch, affecting that shot. She's not bigger than Jones, but
right.
I could definitely see right there that she affected the accuracy of Jones's shot, who usually gets it that close in.
Yeah, it's definitely the effort from Monique Billings that she brings. But, you know, Jonquil Jones, she's a back-to-the-basket player. She's going to back you down. Monique Billings stayed right with her, kept her in front, played amazing defense, and kept her hands right up.
First drops from Monique Billings at the free throw line. Billings gets the second to drop, and Billings is another one of those returning players for the Atlanta Dream. Had a very good season last year. I mean, just an excellent rebounder, shot blocker.
Yeah, and she led with Odyssey Sims as well. Both had 13 points apiece in that Mystics game, but she was a difference maker. It's not just on the offensive end, it is the defensive end as well for Monique Billings. She's been working this offseason. I've been seeing her Instagram. She's been going to work with her trainer. She is definitely committed to improving her game and just being an immediate impact for this team, however they need her.
Third team foul on Atlanta. Mike Peterson trying to have some words with the referee and understand where the foul was. Beatrice Montpremier is at the line, shooting 2. Doesn't get the first to go. Montpremier in her second season out of Miami. Monique Billings grabs the rebound off the Montpremier miss. Sims gets it to McDonald. To Courtney Williams with the pull-up. And gets it to roll around the rim and drop.
That's what she does best in mid-range. She can get you off the dribble, pull up real quick, and kill you in mid-range.
And that shot by Courtney Williams has tied the game at 15 apiece with 3 minutes and 9 seconds left in the first quarter. Second foul on Ari McDonald. I almost thought it was on Courtney Williams the way she reacted, but that's the kind of team this is you know, they're going to go to bat for each other, and Courtney Williams did not agree with that foul on Ari McDonald. DeWanna Bonner gets the first to drop. Gets the second. Ari McDonald brings the ball up the court for the Dream. Fakes out Jonquel Jones on the wing, gets it to Weber for the pull-up, doesn't make it. Charles comes down with the rebound, gets it to January. To Jones. Jones looking for DeWanna Bonner. Doesn't quite get it. Turnover to Atlanta. Sims almost loses it to Charles. Great defense on Charles, who forces the Odyssey Sims turnover on the veteran.
Yeah, great defense. You definitely want to settle down. Getting turnovers. I mean, so far, Atlanta has 4 turnovers right now. So you want to make sure you're taking care of the ball. Yes, you have dominant speed, but you also want to make sure that you're taking care of the ball in that same breath.
Yeah, exactly, and that's something that when we talked to Mike Peterson about yesterday, he said we want to play fast but with skill. And he's willing to accept that there's going to be some mess-ups, there's going to be some turnovers, but again, those are things that as the season comes along as Jonquel Jones hits the turnaround jump shot, those things are going to start to gel a little bit better as the season comes along. Those turnovers start to mitigate themselves. But early on, he said it's going to be a beautiful chaos when it comes to the speed that the Dream play with.
Absolutely, and right now you see Ari McDonald, Courtney Williams, Odyssey Sims out there. There's many times in these rotations, Kennedy Carter about to come in, there's many times that you'll see all of these guards in, and he doesn't care who runs the point. I mean, they're just trying to figure out what works best. He wants them to play free willingly and just play their game, but right now they have to learn each other.
Timeout Atlanta. Odyssey Sims at the other end on defense did not agree with that no call of a charge. When we return, the Atlanta Dream down by 6 to Connecticut. 1:41 left in the first. Welcome back to the Gateway Center Arena here in College Park, where the Atlanta Dream are taking on the Connecticut Sun during their home opener. In Autumn, we see all the fans here who have finally gotten out of the house and able to be with family and friends and enjoy a nice sporting event with their families, their children here on a nice Friday night, just having a good time in the stands.
Yeah, this is what we miss. I miss this for sure. I haven't been to an Atlanta Dream game since 2019 in State Farm Arena, so I'm enjoying this so much. Just be here with you as well. Calling this game, we're all having fun watching basketball on a Friday. I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
Odyssey Sims with the Dream turns it over. Ball goes to Connecticut out of the timeout. Carrington tries to get it into Jones, but Hawkins gets it from behind and deflects the pass. Atlanta ball. Williams to Williams, who takes it inside a little too strong for Elizabeth Williams underneath.
You can see Breon January saying slow it down. She's controlling the pace. They're definitely looking to get it inside to Jonquel Jones or some way in the paint.
Charles shoots the shot. Air ball, but underneath. The foul goes against Courtney Williams and is sending Jonquel Jones to the line. And Jones, who we were just talking during the break, already has 15 points in the first quarter.
6 for 7 from the floor, and she's getting to the free throw line plenty of times, but that's just her aggression. I mean, she looks flawless out there.
Yeah.
But hey, they have to find a way to limit her touches and find someone else to score the ball. I mean, you would want it to bring it out to the perimeter, but that's where DeWanna Bonner is. That's another problem you will want to have. But right now, she only has 4 points.
Jones hits the second free throw puts up to 16. And Autumn, we talked to Mike Peterson yesterday and asked him about guarding Jonquel Jones, and his answer was just to mitigate the damage. I mean, because she's just such an explosive player that just has an arsenal of things that she can do. As Kennedy finds Elizabeth Williams with a nice crafty pass underneath for 2.
Oh, for sure. Jonquel Jones, she can score in just multiple fashions. She can score by the rim. She can hit pull-ups. She can be a threat beyond the perimeter. Going for 3 right now, doesn't get it to go.
Charles is there to try to clean it up, misses the layup. Montpremier goes up, gets it swatted by the shorter Courtney Williams. Dream couldn't hang on. Well, Dream does hang on to it. Excellent hustle by Courtney Williams. And Kurt Miller is saying, hey, this should be Connecticut's ball.
And they're giving up way too many defensive rebounds right now. Definitely want to minimize that, get inside, get that extra bucket.
Yeah, I mean, the way that you don't give up offensive rebounds is you box out, right? You put a body on somebody. The Dream have 6.5 seconds remaining. Carter gets the ball, fakes it, shoots, does not hit. And that is the end of the first quarter. The Atlanta Dream have to find a way to mitigate the damage from Jonquel Jones and the Connecticut Sun. They are down by 5 going into the second. Due to WNBA protocols and current spacing requirements, the Dream plan to host only full season ticket holders for the first 3 home games. The Dream hopes to reevaluate this policy as the season progresses and open up seats for single game purchasers. Check atlantadream.net and the Dream social accounts for updates. Welcome back to the Gateway Center Arena here in College Park. And again, fans enjoying just being out and about with their mask on. Start of second half action here. Heidman brings it up the court, gets it to Carrington, who gets it to Jones, who was fouled by Elizabeth Williams.
Looked like she got caught up on her feet trying to attack the basket, get around her.
Yeah, and Stephanie, or this is Brianna Jones, excuse me, has just been a force to be reckoned with in the paint the first 2 preseason games. I mean, her averages between last season and her previous seasons altogether till 2020 season has just been remarkable with her game. In the first 2 preseason games, she has been killing in the post.
Yeah.
And Mike Peterson even called her out and said, listen, you know, she's a force to be reckoned with down there.
Yeah, she definitely stepped up in Jonquel Jones' absence. When they had a chance to play with each other in 2019, they shared most of their minutes, but, you know, Jones was able to step in for Jonquel Jones and just be able to create a presence down low. She said, you know, that she's able to really just get in there, bang down low, and she's had an outstanding year last season starting so far.
And here you see a little bit of trapping action by the Dream up top, trying to make it hard for the passer, but Connecticut comes down. Dejanay Carrington, should I say, comes down with the rebound, looks for the shot, doesn't get it, looks for the roll by Brianna Jones, but Jones isn't ready for it, sending McDonald the other way. With Courtney Williams finding Hawkins underneath for the easy 2. Excellent pass by Courtney Williams.
That's exactly what the Atlanta Dream is looking for. They're looking to get it out in transition, find the open player near the running towards the basket. Tiana Hawkins gets rewarded underneath.
Atlanta comes up with the steal, gets it to Kennedy Carter. Thought she was fouled underneath, doesn't get it to go. Heidman shoots from deep range and knocks it down, nothing but net. The Sun are up 27-19 with 8.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Heidman has definitely slept on beyond the arc. She was the Sun's second leader in three-point shooting in 2020. She averaged the most points off the bench last season, but she definitely brings a huge presence beyond the arc. And, you know, hey, they have to get on her as well. We talked about, you know, having someone else score beyond the arc. Heidman gets right in there, knocks down a 3, and hopefully DeWanna Bonner can get some production as well.
Yeah, and we talked with Coach Peterson yesterday, and even he told us that Heidman was one of the most slept on three-point shooters that there is in this league, and he said we won't sleep on her.
Right.
So I know he's not too happy that she just hit that deep three from almost the NBA range.
Well, he knows what she's capable of. She played on this team, so he knows exactly that they can't sleep on her at all beyond the arc, so they have to get out on her and contest that shot.
Bonner gets it to Heidman for the three, who gets fouled by Ari McDonald, the rookie. And that's a rookie mistake that most rookies make and you don't want to make, but hey, you got to learn from them.
Yeah, that's how you build and grow.
And we see the replay here. Ari McDonald leaves her feet, and right there, she doesn't allow Heidman to land.
Yeah, she tried to block that shot, trying to close out.
And that's a common, it's really hard to do, Autumn. As former athletes, when you go out, all your momentum is carrying you into that direction, right? And so it's very hard to keep your body and jump straight up and come down straight down. So a common mistake, a big rookie mistake coming into the league, something that Ari, I'm sure, will learn from and try to rectify as soon as possible. Heidman doesn't get the second call. Crystal Bradford comes in to replace Ari McDonald, who picked up that third foul.
That's plagued this team this entire first half.
Or excuse me, that was Ari McDonald's second foul, not third. Kennedy doesn't use the screen by Williams, gets it to Sims for the three. Hits the side of the backboard. Bonner gets it, brings it down the court. With a double fake on Elizabeth Williams, Brianna Jones is there to clean it up underneath and gets the two. Kennedy Carter runs past everyone with a hesitation step and says, hey, I'm going to respond. I'm just going to take this ball. Has a little hezzy right there, nothing but net. Dewana Bonner doesn't get the jump shot to go. Bradford comes down with the rebound for Atlanta. Finds the open Sims in transition, and that is why Mike Peterson decided to keep Bradford on this roster, because of the things that she can do on the court.
Yeah, you hope that provides some type of spark and energy for this Atlanta Dream offense. But they're getting killed inside. That's Jones again underneath. I mean, they're using their size to their advantage. That was one of our keys to the game. Jones has really stepped up in that position, especially with Jonquel Jones on the bench. I mean, it's just a provided momentum. They haven't lost much in that touch.
Excellent pass to Odyssey Sims underneath, who doesn't get it to fall. The smaller Sims on the larger Stephanie Jones. And Atlanta trying to do some trapping action here and gets it to go. It works. And Kennedy Carter jumps over the scorer's table. Don't you miss when we used to be down there?
Right. Get all the action.
You can see here Atlanta just amping up the pressure, and Kirk Miller's a little bit upset with Heidman right there saying, hey, slow the ball down. They are looking to turn us over.
Yeah.
Good job to Atlanta for getting the steal.
That extra hustle play.
Sims gets it to Bradford, gets it to Hawkins, who takes the shot. Nothing but that from 17 foot. Hawkins picked up in free agency during the offseason by the Atlanta Dream. Adds some size, spreads the floor for the Dream with her shooting ability, as we just saw.
Nice three by Brianna January.
Sims gets it to Williams. Billings sets the screen for Courtney Williams, who finds Sims underneath. Hawkins decides not to take the shot, shoots it, and nothing but net. And that is another example of Tiana Hawkins and and her ability to be able to spread the floor for the Dream.
Yeah, and just patience on the offense, too. I mean, Courtney Williams finding Odyssey Sims. She's had a lot of looks underneath, and Odyssey just being able to pass it out and find the best look. Tiana Hawkins finishing the play.
Brianna Jones couldn't quite finish it underneath, but January gets it back into Jones, who's blocked by Billings. Bradford comes down with it, takes it up the floor. Courtney Williams stops and pops, hits the front of the rim. Heidman comes down with it for Connecticut.
That was a nice block by Monique Billings. I mean, she just creates that energy like we were talking about.
And this unit that's on the floor for the Dream as Brianna Jones gets the roll to the basket is an energy lineup, isn't it? I mean, you've got Odyssey Sims who runs, you got Hawkins who runs, Billings who runs, Bradford who runs.
They're going to run you out the gym. That's what they're looking to use to their advantage. And Hawkins is feeling it right now.
Monique Billings working so hard underneath. Goes up for the rebound, gets fouled. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back. The Atlanta Dream trail Connecticut 27-38. More second half action coming up after this. Welcome back to Gateway Center Arena here at College Park. Looking at the Dream bench, interim head coach Mike Peterson trying to row his team back up and get the corrective measures made so that they can get back in this game. The Dream trailing the Sun 38-27.
Well, they have to find an answer inside for Connecticut. I mean, it was John Quill Jones in the first quarter, and now it's Brianna Jones in the second quarter. Now they're out on the court together, so this is just dangerous. They have to find a way to limit their touches inside. If not, they're going to run away with this game.
Yeah, I mean, in Autumn, you hit it on the head when you talked about offensive rebounds and rebounding period. The Connecticut Sun are out rebounding the Dream 17-7. Defensive rebounds 11-6. So, you know, when it comes to the offensive rebounds, Connecticut has 6 of those. Atlanta only 1, and those 6 offensive rebounds by Connecticut were a part of this lead and how they got this 38-27 lead off of those easy putbacks.
Yeah, and that was also a concern for Mike Peterson. He talked about how they can't get inside and get those offensive boards, especially off the wings. I mean, he mentioned Kayla Charles and also DJ Carrington, just those wing players not being able to get boards as well. Kayla Charles, I mean, she already has you know, 4 of those, and that's exactly what he wants, 2 and 2. So, I mean, they have to find a way to get those extra boost balls and those extra hustle plays.
And when it comes to converting on possessions, I mean, Atlanta just had a turnover. They ran out the shot clock, and that's a mistake that, you know, I'm sure Mike Peterson does not want to make, but they have to pay attention to time and score situations. As Courtney Williams comes down with the steal, stops and pops, doesn't quite get it to go. Connecticut comes down with the rebound. John Quill Jones gets it to Bonner.
And Connecticut has been trying to include Dewana Bonner, but you saw in that last possession, they trapped her right in the corner. They're making sure that she doesn't get her shot off.
January doesn't get the little runner to go, and there's Monique Billings again cleaning up the rebounds. You can just see all over her face. She is exhausted, but she is one of the hardest working rebounders in this league.
Yeah, I mean, Monique Billings is a valuable asset to this team. Definitely has stepped up and made adjustments from her rookie season, especially on the defensive end. Just her ability to adapt and adjust defensively no matter who she's guarding and just create pressure. That's exactly what Mike Peterson is looking for, and she's going to go to work for you.
No shot on the floor. Foul on the ground. Odyssey Sims found Monique Billings inside for the pass and is a little upset that they called the foul before the shot. But, you know, that's the plays that Atlanta needs. Sims finds Billings again, puts it on the floor, finds Hawkins underneath, gets her own putback, and gets it to go for the 2.
They got that nice second chance opportunity point. Just fight for the ball, fight for the rebounds. That's what you need.
Heidman decides to stop and pop for the three. Quick shot. Bradford gets it, brings it down, pushes it up the floor. Finds Monique Billings. Almost a turnover.
Just like, help her out.
Dream decides to slow it down. Williams to Billings. Stops and pops. Doesn't get it. DeWanna Bonner comes down with the rebound. Timeout. Connecticut. And right now, Autumn, what are you telling your team if you're Mike Peterson and Darius Taylor? What are you telling the Atlanta Dream with 2 minutes and 34 seconds left in this half?
Well, you definitely have to stop touches in the paint. You got to crowd the paint, settle down as well. They're getting in early foul trouble. They're turning the ball over, missing opportunities on just open looks that they're getting, just not finishing. You can see a little frustration from the Atlanta Dream, especially from Odyssey Sims right there. But in these last 2 minutes and 34 seconds, they have to find a way to crowd the paint, stop Brianna Jones and also Jonquel Jones inside, and limit their touches because they are killing them inside.
How do you think they stop that? I mean, because, you know, Jonquel Jones at 6'6", and, you know, Brianna Jones at 6'4", DeWanna Bonner at 6'4". You know, how do you stop that size? Do you double team? If you double team, that leaves someone else open. And at this level in this league, you know, if you double team someone and leave someone open,
yeah,
they can become another threat. So how do you stop? You know, and that's a loaded question, I know. Yeah. But how do you slow them down?
I mean, you kind of have to pick your poison right there. You kind of said it right there. I mean, just you can't double team. You're leaving someone open as well. They're killing them inside, but if you leave someone open, they're going to attack the paint. So you just kind of have to pick your poison with that and just make sure you're playing help defense. You don't want to make sure you overcommit to somebody, but, you know, they have to find a way to keep them in front of them.
Heidman is 1 for 2 from the field, 1 for 2 for three-point land, 2 of 3 from free throw line. You know, when it comes to giving up anything, you know, I would think that I would want to give up the outside shot before I give up, you know, something that's a higher percentage shot. Jonquel Jones, I mean, finished with shooting 65% in 2019 from the field. I mean, that's a ridiculous number, so that's a high percentage shot.
Yeah.
So for me, in a position like this, I would say, you know, start to help side defense on those post players down low. Make sure you don't just give them a clean open. And I would give up that three-point shot until they proved to us that they could kill it. But when they start proving that they could knock down that three-point shot, then you make adjustments.
Yeah, we had some hints here and there from the Sun, especially with Natisha Heidman. She had a nice 3 here and there, but, you know, also DeWanna Bonner has been very quiet, 1 for 5 from the floor, only 4 points. Like you said, you want to force someone else to score the ball if it's not Jonquel Jones. Brianna Jones, the next person, with 6 points. I mean, she's been very crucial inside, especially, you know, getting rebounds as well. But hey, you want to force someone else to score if that's not Jonquel Jones. I mean, you got to find an answer for her. And that was a nice defensive possession right there. She lost it. That's exactly what Atlanta Dream has to keep doing.
And the Dream lose it on the other end of the floor, looking for Monique Billings in transition. DeWanna Bonner telling her team, hey, let's just slow it down. Let's run the play, gets it to Heidman. January finds Jonquel Jones for the post up on Bradford, who finds Jones underneath, and again, Jones a clear-cut lane straight to the basket.
Well, we saw help defense right there. That's what I was saying as well. Like, if you try to double team her, if you try to bring a little bit of extra help, she's going to make you pay either way.
And again, I think that help side defense wasn't paying attention.
Yes.
You know, I think it kind of caught them off guard on the weak side. So, you know, again,
she creates a lot of attention. Jonquel Jones definitely creates a lot of attention.
Yeah, and right here you see Hawkins, who comes to help, and Monique Billings has to slide over and help out. And that's the thing with help side defense. You have to act like you're on a chain, right? That's what they teach you in practice. When one person moves, the next person moves. And right there, that would have worked, but the chain broke when it got to Billings underneath. January takes it in, stops and pops, doesn't get it to go. Bradford comes down with the rebound. Kennedy pushes it up the floor. Takes the screen from Billings, shoots the 3, doesn't hit. Stephanie Jones comes down for Connecticut. Joanna Bonner sinks the three from the corner. The second-year Kennedy Carter was a little bit late getting out to the wing right there, and Atlanta has to take a timeout with 58.7 seconds left in the first half. Mike Peterson has some words for the Atlanta Dream. They're down by 14 with 58 seconds left. More action after this.
How I got to where I am now, it comes from a lot of different things. It's not like I just graduated from UConn and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I have a voice. From what I remember in my rookie year, and then going and releasing my own article on Me Too, I think that's kind of where it was like, okay, I'm an open book. I'm sharing really my story with the world. Looking back, the way that my story helped.
Welcome back to the Gateway Center Arena in College Park, where the Atlanta Dream trail the Connecticut Sun 43-29, 58.7 seconds left in the first half. The Dream will take it out on the sideline. Courtney Williams finds Kennedy Carter. Dream have 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Carter takes it in, gets blocked by Jonquel Jones. Bonner brings it up the floor for Connecticut. Gets stripped by Bradford for the Dream, who stops, pulls up in transition, banks around a little bit. Courtney Williams can't come down with it, but Jonquel Jones was over the back.
Yeah.
Dream ball.
Lost a man coming down as well, but you know that's what they want to get in transition or pull up in mid-range. Even if you can take it all the way to the basket, get to the free throw line.
Kennedy Carter looking for someone. There's a foul on the opposite side. Jonquel Jones picks up her second. Right here on the backside, you see her run into Courtney Williams, and that is a charge.
Yeah.
The larger Jonquel Jones knocked over Courtney Williams, who was much smaller, so yes, that is a charge.
Well, great job sacrificing her body, too.
Inadvertently, as Kennedy Carter takes it straight into the basket, knocks down for two. Much needed basket for Atlanta.
Yeah, they need some type of spark right here heading into halftime.
And Connecticut will try to run this out as the shot clock and the game clock are simultaneously the same, or virtually the same, should I say. Hawkins strips Jonquel Jones, brings it up the floor, decides to pass it to Courtney Williams. Goes up, gets the foul, says, hey, good job. That's how we get back in this game.
Yeah, if you can at least get to the free throw line. They're finding so many looks at the basket. That's a nice job getting the contact, but that's exactly the game they want to run. I mean, if you can get out in transition, find that open man to dish it off to. If we make it or not, we're going to the free throw line because we know we're going to attract contact with it.
And such athleticism on that move by Courtney Williams. I mean, because at the end of the day, she's a smaller guard, and so it's smart to not come down with the ball. As the clock expires, we are heading into halftime.
Dream fans, make some noise for the Dream!
The Atlanta Dream trail the Connecticut Sun 33-43 at the end of the first half. Halftime stats coming up after this. Welcome back to Gateway Center Arena, where the Connecticut Sun lead the Atlanta Dream on their home floor 43-33 here at halftime. I'm Tabitha Turner, joined again by Autumn Johnson here at the half. And Autumn, we're talking about this Atlanta Dream team that is down by 10 points to the Connecticut Sun on their home floor. I mean, what do they have to do to get back into this game, and what are they doing wrong?
Well, you definitely have to slow down Jonquel Jones, already with 16 points, and find an answer for her because she has been unguardable and just unstoppable overall. Back to the basket, pulling up in mid-range. I mean, she has been a problem overall. They've said Hurricane Jonquel Jones, and here she is, just being a threat underneath. She can also go out in the perimeter, hit big threes, and create space for her team. She's been unstoppable, and they have to find a way to limit her. Her ability to score outside, just create space for her team. They've been working really well. Brianna Jones getting some action as well. I mean, she's just a problem, Tabitha.
She is unguardable, like Coach Peterson said. The Atlanta Dream leading the Connecticut Sun 43-33. Interview with Renee Montgomery coming up next. Welcome back to Gateway Center Arena here at College Park. I'm Tabitha Turner, and I'm joined here at halftime by the Renee Montgomery. Renee, welcome.
What up, Tabitha? Don't be professional with me. Let's go. What's up?
I love it. I love it. Okay, well, you know what? I messed up already. I was supposed to tell the score. So the score is 43-33.
Yes.
Connecticut over Atlanta. But Renee, I mean, back to you. This past year, I mean, the events that have happened, you've become a civil rights activist. You've retired from the WNBA. You've become part owner and VP of your former team. What has this past year been like for you?
Life-changing. I would say this past year has been life-changing, and just not even for those reasons. I set out for a goal when I opted out, and it was I wanted to create like as much positive change as I could, and I didn't know how to do it. And then, you know, my fiance, Serena Grace, was like, you need to try to think about buying the dream. And I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? But no, just being here, seeing my teammates, you can already hear I'm losing my voice because I've been turned up. I've been turned up.
Yeah, I mean, so your first year not playing, you sat on the sidelines, but now on the other side of it as a VP for this team, what's the conversations been like and how are they different? Because, I mean, before you were a player and now you're on the other side of it. So what is that like?
You know, it's making sure the things that I wanted when I was a player are happening now for our players. It's the lifestyle changes. It's making sure Media Day was professional. If anyone saw our intro video, that was intentional. We wanted to make sure that people felt us. Our hashtag, Do It For The Dream. It's intentional, so I hope that people get behind us because we want to be one with the Atlanta community.
I mean, I love every bit of that. And so when we started this game with the show with me and Autumn earlier, we were talking about all the changes that the Dream was going to happen with the new arena, with the new uniforms, with the new ownership, the new coaching. What direction are you trying to take this team on the court and off the court?
You know, excellence. Just creating a certain standard now that when you see the Atlanta Dream, you expect certain things, and we want to make the players feel like professionals, and we want everyone to understand that this is a professional organization all the way around. And I hope our players feel it. I hope the community feels it because we feel like we want to get reconnected with the businesses here, the fans here, everyone. That's our goal right now.
Yeah, I mean, I live down the street, by the
way.
Come on
so
now. I love being in this neighborhood and around this community. But the moves made during the offseason, so very intriguing when it comes to the 5 new players on the team. Drafted Ari McDonald, got the 4 free agents. Speed and tempo have been a common thing for this team. So you were one of the fastest on this team as well with your shooting and your foot speed. What direction are you guys trying to take the Dream when it comes to on-the-court action?
Man, when we drafted Ari, we talked about we're drafting hard. We're drafting a player that, for all the analytics, you know that she's going to bring it every night. We watched it at the NCAA tournament. And then for the other players, they're proven players in this league. Cheyenne Parker, Tiana Hopkins, all the pieces that we brought in, they're proven players. And then I don't know if people forgot about Tiffany Hayes. She sat out last season, but we got a Gunna coming back, Courtney Williams, Kennedy Carter. We have such a nucleus. It's going to take time to put it together, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah, the gelling is something that we were talking about. It seems like it's going to happen very fast, especially for McDonald. And you're right, Hayes is back. She'll be available next Wednesday. And I want to wrap it up with this. I wish I had more time to talk to you, but you've done so much this past season. You're a broadcaster, an excellent one at that, might I add, an activist, an owner, an executive. What's next for Renee Montgomery?
We got to take the Dream to the top. You know, we want to be that team in the league where it's hard to say no to us because we got the city, we got the organization, we got the players. So that's what's next for me. Let's see where this goes.
That you do. Thank you, Renee, for joining us during halftime. And
do it for the Dream.
Stay right there. Do it for the Dream. We'll be back with more second half action after this. Welcome back to Gateway Center Arena, where we are at the start of the third quarter. Atlanta Dream trailing the Connecticut Sun 43-33 on Atlanta Dream's home floor. And Connecticut starting off with the ball. January gets it to Jonquel Jones. gets it over to Heidman, takes it in, tries to find Jones underneath. Doesn't quite get it, turnover to Atlanta. Sims finds Hawkins, gets it back to Sims, almost stolen by Heidman. Carter fakes it, shoots, doesn't quite get it to go. Connecticut ball.
Well, the biggest stat line that we talked about during the break is just rebounds in general. 21-11. Connecticut Sun out rebounding the Dream. But hey, it's been really Natisha Heidman and Kayla Charles. It's not even the bigs that are out rebounding this Dream. 4 and 4 apiece. That's huge. That's not even your bigs getting the work done. It's the wings, and that's something Mike Peterson mentioned yesterday. You don't want your wings getting offensive boards, defensive boards. You need to limit them and box out.
And that is a travel by Heidman right there. But Autumn, you hit it right on the head. It hasn't really been the posts. It's been the guards who've been rebounding for Connecticut. So what that tells me from a basketball point of view is that the guards and some of even the post players aren't boxing out.
Right.
So when that shot goes up, and this is a teaching moment for all the younger players and any player watching the game right now, the shot goes up, you don't just stand there and watch. You gotta find a body and put a body on somebody. And if you don't, that results in offensive rebounds as Tiana Hawkins takes the three. Sims gets the rebound, goes back up. Doesn't get it to go. January comes down with it and speeds off in the other direction. Shoots the three, nothing but net.
But you can definitely tell that size has been a problem for the Atlanta Dream. Even though it's boxing out and especially getting off on the wings for those rebounds. But, you know, that hasn't been a problem until this game. That's why I said size does it, because during the Mystics, they out-rebounded them, and that's what helped them win the game. So they have to turn around in the second half.
Odyssey Sims responds there with 2 for the Atlanta Dream. Brent January gets it back, looks overneath, over top. Jonquel Jones doesn't get it to go, but Atlanta Dream is called for the foul underneath. And that's on Kennedy Carter, her 3rd foul.
Man.
And she was a bit in disbelief that that foul was on her as well.
And it's been tough for Kennedy to kind of get in rhythm in this game because she has been in foul trouble, had to sit out for a few in that first quarter. And then also Ari McDonald having to sub out for her and sub in. She has been receiving foul trouble. But what can you do? What can you do when you have Jonquel Jones on your team? You know, Brianna Jones as well. A lot of length, just a big overall aggressive team, and size has been a factor in this matchup.
And Kennedy Carter has 6 points tonight, 2 personal fouls, 2 turnovers, 1 assist, 40% from the field, 2 of 5 field goal, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. So a pretty not normal night for Kennedy Carter. She drives it into the basket aggressively and gets the 2 to go.
But that's what she needs to do to get back into her game, to counteract those foul troubles. Great job by Tisha Heidman just going under the screen. She knows that if she follows Kennedy, she's going to blow past her and go straight to the basket. She tried to stay in front of her, but she was still, able to get a crafty way into the basket.
And the shot blocker, Elizabeth Williams, which is what she's known for throughout her collegiate and professional WNBA career, gets another one at the other end on Connecticut. Odyssey Sims going up, drawing the foul. And this is what Atlanta needs to do, right? Take the ball into the basket, draw the fouls on Connecticut, because that's kind of what Connecticut was doing to Atlanta in the first half. They were getting them into foul trouble. And it seems like the Atlanta Dream team and the coaching staff has kind of said, hey, that's our job to do. We take the ball into the basket. We go hard at the rim and drive it in.
Right. And, that 2-man game that Atlanta Dream plays, as Odyssey Sims just missed that free throw, they've been doing a great job of defending the bigs. They've been rolling off that screen, but their coverage has been suffocating. They haven't been able to get in, so the guards have been doing the most work off the screens. Some missed opportunities, some opportunities also to get to the free throw line, but, usually that's a part of their game where they're feeding their bigs as they roll off the screen.
Odyssey Sims, a very efficient night for the Dream. 3 of 4 from the field, 10 points. Elizabeth Williams almost gets the steal forces Jonquil Jones to give it up. Atlanta gets the ball back, races up the floor. Sims takes it all the way in and gets it to drop over the larger Dewana Bonner and Brianna Jones. Atlanta is on a roll.
Well, it started with Elizabeth Williams on that play, getting on the floor with it. She kind of stretched out, kind of popped the ball to get in transition for her team.
Atlanta has forced another Connecticut turnover, and they have cut this lead down to 7. And Kurt Miller wants a timeout. And Autumn, this place is starting to get a little loud in here. That's the Atlanta Dream cutting that lead down. They trail Connecticut 47-40. 6:31 left in the third.
The Connecticut Sun lead the Atlanta Dream 47-40. Follow the Atlanta Dream all season long on social media, whether Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. The Dream has you covered, behind the scenes content, photos, and more. Do it for the Dream.
And let's take a look at this last play where Elizabeth Williams forces the turnover off of Jonquil Jones. Odyssey Sims picks it up, has a little crossover, takes it straight into the two taller, much taller defenders for Connecticut. No fear from Odyssey Sims.
Yeah, she was not worried about the size there from Dewana Bonner. She has long wingspan, but she got right over her. But, you know, I really credit that play to Elizabeth Williams.
Yep.
You saw the big girl get on the floor for it.
And that's something that Elizabeth Williams brings. I mean, she's a rebounder. She's a shot blocker. She's been a defensive prowess her entire career since college at Duke University. I mean, that's just her game. And so Elizabeth Williams, that's why she got that contract extension back in 2018 with the Atlanta Dream, because they see the effort that she brings. Some of these things don't show up all the time in the box score, but definitely a player that they need on this Atlanta Dream squad as Kennedy Carter tries to take it in and doesn't get the two to go.
And they're trying to get Kennedy Carter more involved, more active, even though she's in foul trouble. That can kind of hinder you as a player if you have that lingering over your head, but she's still being aggressive, still attacking the basket and trying to get those touches and steals as she just picked up this one.
Right on cue, you talked her up.
There we go.
Oh, finds Courtney Williams in the corner, who thought Tiana Hawkins was open, and at the last second saying, my bad, she wasn't open. But those are mistakes, you know, like we talked with Mike Peterson yesterday, that when they run fast, things are going to happen. It's a beautiful chaos.
Yes.
And, you know, there's going to be more turnovers in the beginning of the season than there is at the end when they start to gel. So that's something that the Atlanta Dream coaching staff can accept somewhat.
And that's just knowing each other as well, you know, knowing where you like it, knowing where you're going to be, knowing your tendencies. But they're going to figure it out. It's still the first game. It's opening night. But it's all about adversity, like Mike Peterson said, going through competition, taking L's.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to take to build this team up and learn each other and get through this season.
And Dewana Bonner hit a three at the other side, at the other end of the court. And that's a player that you don't want to let start to get hot from beyond the arc, because we talked about how she had that kind of quiet first half as she draws the foul on Elizabeth Williams. But that's another player that has excellent three-point range, and with her size, you know, she's pretty much unstoppable as far as blocking her shot on the wing. January looking to set something up, gets it to Jonquil Jones. Quick pass to Bonner, shoots a three. Didn't get it to go, but Heidman comes down with another offensive rebound for Connecticut. January shoots the deep three. Good box out by Elizabeth Williams. Kennedy Carter changing gears, decides to take it, pull up, doesn't quite get it to go. Jonquil Jones brings down the rebound.
Yeah, you can see how hesitant Carter is. I mean, when she took that ball in, was a little hesitant to take it all the way in, get the contact, but that just goes with that hesitance of, you know, being in foul trouble, lingering over your head, but she's usually more aggressive.
Heidman right there, left wide open beyond the arc, and that was a bit of a broken defensive play by the Atlanta Dream, who almost came up with the steal, which is why all the bodies were down in the paint, leaving Heidman open on the wing for the wide open three.
Can't leave Heidman open. I mean, we talked about this earlier in the game, very underrated three-point shooter. She hit a couple in the beginning of the game, but, you know, you got to pick your poison with this team. It's either the bigs or the perimeter. Whoever gets hot, they're feeding that hand.
Kennedy Carter takes the screen from Elizabeth Williams, gets it back to Tiana Hawkins for the three. Doesn't get it to go. Heidman comes down with the rebound. Bonner gets it to Jones, to Heidman. Jonquel Jones gets it back to Bonner, uses the screen from Jonquel Jones. Heidman shoots from deep beyond the arc. Doesn't get it to go. Odyssey Sims brings it down for Atlanta. Almost gives it up, doesn't give it up. So another turnover for the Atlanta Dream as Heidman goes for the steal and gets a deflection off of Courtney Williams.
Well, Connecticut's just doing a great job reading those screens. That's pretty much Atlanta's offense, running those two-man game, off the perimeter. They're not able to get their shot off in mid-range because the defender's right there waiting for them to pull up, or they're not allowing them to really attack the basket. But, you know, Odyssey kind of got caught up right there. But they're going underneath the screen and catching them trying to, like, cut off that mid-range shot.
And Jones gets the rebound over 4 Atlanta Dream players and puts it back up. Billings gets it to Kennedy, decides to not use the screen. Gets it to McDonald, who shoots a 2. DeWanna Bonner gets the rebound. I'm not sure that might have been the shot exactly that the Dream would have wanted with so much time left on the shot clock. Jones thinks about it, puts it up, doesn't get it. McDonald brings down the rebound, pushes it up the court. Kennedy stops and shoots the 3, doesn't hit anything.
We saw a lot of half-court plays. That's something that they already said. Mike Peterson said that he doesn't want Atlanta Dream to play. He doesn't want them to play in the half court. He wants them to get out fast. But you saw 2 back-to-back misses in that same spot from Ari McDonald and then Kennedy Carter. Connecticut's forcing them to set up a play and shoot, not run them out of the gym.
Yeah, and it seems like a bit of a gel issue as Jonquel Jones gets 2 offensive rebounds over the Atlanta Dream. And right there, like you said, Autumn, the best you can do is box out.
Yeah, push her out.
Which would help. Push her out, absolutely. But, you know, trying to jump over Jonquel Jones is not going to work with her athleticism and size.
And her long arms, too, just being able to grab down her own miss and put it right back up.
Beautiful shot right there by Courtney Williams. She loves those stop and pop corner pull-up jump shots between 15 and 17 foot. That's her sweet spot.
Yeah.
As January brings it up, and Monique Billings gets the steal and takes it away for the easy 2. And that's why the Atlanta Dream love players like Monique Billings, the hustle, the tenacity, the way she goes after the ball.
She saw that developing.
Yeah, she could see it. They telegraphed the pass, and she intercepted and got the easy 2. Jonquel Jones inside, gets her own rebounds, puts it back up.
You gotta find her immediately.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as she puts the ball up, she's going right after it. She's beating you to the spot as soon as she knows where, she knows she's gonna, what her shot feels like. So if it goes off, she's right there ready to get it, beats her to it. But you gotta push her out. You gotta box out, push her out from getting her own shot.
Jones has 21 points as Atlanta commits yet another turnover. January finds Bonner underneath and is fouled by Courtney Williams. Williams raises her hand, and there's really nothing that she could do other than foul her. And that is Courtney Williams' 3rd foul. But it's a foul that slowed the momentum of the game and didn't allow Connecticut to get yet another easy layup. So, in my opinion, that was a smart foul for Courtney Williams to commit. Dream trailing Connecticut by 15, 51.2 seconds left in the third as Bonner knocks down the first free throw. Connecticut bringing in Charles and Montpremier, subbing out January and John Cole Jones. Bonner knocks down the second. And here comes the dream. Ari McDonald finds Hawkins to Strickland. Ari with the hesitation, back out to Hawkins. Back, quick pass to Courtney Williams, who knocks down the three-point shot.
You know, something Mike Peterson mentioned to us is something that might surprise everyone else, but not him, is that this team can catch and shoot.
Yeah.
They're not just going to run you out of the gym. That's not all they can do. I know we've said that multiple times throughout this game, but they're great at stopping, catching the ball, shooting. I mean, we saw that perfect example by Courtney Williams. Nice spot up by her.
Yeah, we asked interim head coach Mike Peterson for the Atlanta Dream, you know, about what he would be surprised from this team. And he was basically telling us that nothing really surprises him anymore with all the years that he's had in this game. And, you know, to your point, Autumn, he said that with the media, what would surprise them is to know, because a lot of the media seems to think that the Atlanta Dream just loves the stop and pop jump shot. And they do. But what he also stated was, you'd be surprised that we're actually a better catch and shoot team than we are one dribble pull up stop and pop team.
We just see that often, especially from Courtney Williams.
Exactly.
But right there, great example. Was set, ready to shoot, knocked it down.
DeWanna Bonner finishes, or converts the other free throw. She now has 13. Courtney Williams gets it back off the screen and shoots it over the much larger defender, Jones. Nothing but net. Heidman decides to pull up from NBA range, rims in and out. And that is the end of the third, my friends. The Atlanta Dream trail the Connecticut Sun 62-49. We've got fourth quarter action coming up right after this.
Will face off in the game. A prize pool of $500,000 awaits. And here's co-owner Renee Montgomery jamming to some music.
You gotta love her energy, right?
She said this season looks a little different from her, but she's still having fun. She's still enjoying it. Different seat than normal, but
yeah.
Still making an impact on the game.
I mean, the energy is just still there. I mean, such an incredible person. I can't wait to see what she does next with this organization and, you know, even outside of it. I think she's just doing a lot of amazing, incredible things for the community and for women, especially right now. So kudos to Renee Montgomery and this organization. Atlanta's Ari McDonald, 0 points in this game, bringing the ball up. Shakina Strickland, right off the screen, shoots a three, doesn't get it to go. Williams comes down with it, Courtney Williams that is. One dribble pull up, doesn't get it to go. Williams looked at the ref and said, hey, she got me on the arm right there.
And Courtney Williams and Odyssey Sims has been the only production that Atlanta really has right now. I mean, Kennedy Carter, 8 points. You mentioned Ari McDonald, 0. That's not a winning recipe for Atlanta Dream. We talked about them to start this game off. It has to come from them and their speed and their way to get to the basket. We haven't seen much of that due to foul trouble. That's flustered them a bit in this game and took a little bit of their aggression out.
And it's a lot of three-point shooting from the Atlanta Dream right now. I think that they're trying to, from what it looks like, Shakina Strickland has shot 2 threes, and she's just gotten in the game in this half, or in this quarter, should I say, and Ari McDonald took a 3. As DeWanna Bonner knocks one down, but it seems to be like that's the recipe that the Atlanta Dream right now is trying to fight their way back in with, is shoot the ball from outside the arc. As Monique Billings goes up strong, to the basket and draws the foul on Montpelier.
But that helps too. Absolutely. Get to the free throw line. You saw that energy right off the way. She caught it, went straight to the basket, picked up some contact, and didn't get it to go, but I mean, hey.
And she had the momentum, right?
Yes.
Catching it off the pass, which means you automatically are going to, in most cases, run past the defender.
Right.
Going at that speed because you're catching them when they're trying to turn on the back end. So great job right there by Billings to catch and notice that the defender was on her hip and draw the foul. And Tiana Hawkins, you know, also came in and did some really good things for the Dream, brought some energy, has a total of 8 points, 2 steals, 2 assists, 1 rebound. So not everything shows up or, you know, is flashy, but Tiana Hawkins has also gotten some really good minutes here for this Dream team as Monique Billings knocks down the second free throw, giving her 8 points, 3 steals, and 3 blocks on the night. Connecticut trying to run some time off the clock here, set up a play. Bonner gets it to Jones, who finds Montpelier inside, but Mary McDonald is there for the steal. Takes it up the floor, past the defense. Gets fouled by Kayla Charles.
That's what Ari McDonald does best. We talked about her being the co-defensive player of the year in the Pac-12. When I was watching her play for the NCAA for Arizona in the tournament, I mean, she was unstoppable. She's quick, but her quickness, you know, helps her be quick. Like, her hands are very quick to get in the passing lanes while her defender, her guard, excuse me, is dribbling. She's able to pick that from them. So she's just incredible. She's quick and a lot to handle.
Billings a little too hard on the jump shot off the glass. DeWanna Bonner tries to pass it, and Montpelier almost has it stolen. Charles gets it to Heidman, who finds Bonner on the baseline, decides to shoot. Hawkins doesn't get out there. Bonner hits the 2.
Bonner has been getting quiet points throughout this entire game. It's been a lot of Jonquel Jones, but in this half, DeWanna Bonner has definitely stepped up now, 16 points. Just gotten a few shots here and there to help her team, 24 points, pull out the lead. 18 points now.
Yeah. Tiana Hawkins, very good hustle to get back down and not allow the easy 2-point shot. Heidman gets it up the court to Jones, and there's Hawkins right there on the block shot. Great hustle to not allow easy 2.
She's just been great effort-wise.
Yeah.
I mean, just the spark on offense, but then also doing the little things on defense.
Hawkins, a 2019 champion with the Washington Mystics. Does not agree with that foul by the refs. Tiana Hawkins' second foul. On the floor. Jonquel Jones taking it straight in. Heidman gets it to Bonner. Doesn't use the screen, gets it to Montpelier, decides to shoot, hits the shot. And that's a rotation thing, right, Otto? When it comes to basketball, if Ari McDonald puts up the layup, doesn't get it to go, they teach you how to move on a string. We talked about this in the first half, and when the ball moves, you move. And that goes on defense, too. If you're following the ball, you're constantly moving. And you know, if that doesn't happen, help side defense, then you give up easy points. And that's what's happening tonight with the Dream. Good box out right there. Courtney Williams gets it, pushes it up the floor to Strickland. Decides to pull it back out, doesn't see anything. Williams doesn't use the screen, gets it to Strickland. Quick pass to Ari McDonald. Doesn't get it to fall. Tiana Hawkins battles it out.
I mean, the paint has just been clustered. You saw Elizabeth Williams try to roll off the paint, couldn't get into her, tried to find another option, and it's only on the perimeter right now. And they haven't been, you know, getting any shots or anything to fall from beyond the arc.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a, you know, everybody's out there hustling for the rebounds, and Ari McDonald's ponytail is messed up, and you know that's tough when your ponytail gets messed up. You're down there battling, right? No, it's just been a scrappy fight, and you can see the intensity from the Dream, you know, kind of try to pick up, but, you know, Connecticut's matching that intensity as Elizabeth Williams goes up for the block and gets the foul.
And Natisha Heidemann, I mean, she just ran in there, fearless, relentless, just went straight to the basket.
I mean, I mean, that's what happens when, you know, players go into the basket, right? You either get fouled, you make the shot, or you get blocked.
Right.
Your pride might be hurt if you get blocked, but hey, you tried. So, I mean, being the aggressor is successful in most cases, and, you know, Connecticut is seeing a lot of success with that. Eric McDonald subs out. Odyssey Sims comes back in the game. Dream down by 18 with 5 minutes and 57 seconds left in the fourth as Heidemann knocks down the second free throw. Tasha Heidemann, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Excellent facilitator for the Connecticut Sun. Hawkins finds Williams underneath. Backs in Montpellier, gets it to go.
Nice by Elizabeth Williams.
Very
being able to work,
move.
yes, being able to work around her defender to get that nice little floater up. Exactly what they need.
January finds Jonquil Jones for the corner three, and she knocks it down.
I mean, that's what Jonquil can do. We said a lot about her in the paint, but she can stretch out the floor, get beyond the arc, and knock it down too. She's just a threat overall. You really have to just pick your poison with Jonquil Jones.
She's got 24 points as of now. I mean, Atlanta might want to go old school college, box of one on Jonquil.
But honestly, I really love the hustle from Heidemann. I mean, she's just everywhere, very active in every single play that I've seen. She is involved. Her teammates hyping her up. I mean, she got that call, but teammates like, that's all right. You're over here hustling. She's a little frustrated right now, though.
Atlanta down 53-73, 5 minutes and 8 seconds left in the fourth. More action coming up after this.
The Atlanta Dream hosts the Chicago Sky next Wednesday, May 19th at 7 p.m. right here in the Gateway Center Arena. You can watch the game live on Facebook.
Welcome back to the action. The Atlanta Dream have the ball, trailing the Connecticut Sun 73-53. Courtney Williams finds Kennedy Carter, who gets fouled on the baseline by Breon January.
A little frustration from Kennedy Carter.
And some friendly banter between both teams. I'm sure it's, you know, when that adrenaline gets going. Get a little testy out there.
Right.
The Dream shooting 34% from the field tonight from three-point range. Only 2 of 17. And right on cue, Courtney Williams drills another three-point shot.
Another player for Atlanta Dream that's just been creating some sparks here and there for the team, much needed in this deficit.
A much worked for hard 11 points for Courtney Williams as DeWanna Bonner misses the three-point shot. Gets it up to Courtney, goes up, has her shot block, gets the rebound, finds Carter underneath, who gets it tied up with Bonner on the baseline.
That was DeWanna back-to-back with those defensive possessions. I mean, blocked the shot from Courtney Williams, was able to tie it up right there. That's just effort.
It's effort, yeah, absolutely. It was effort on both their parts, DeWanna Bonner and Courtney Williams.
Yeah.
It's like they're playing one-on-one,
Right.
right?
Courtney Williams, like, she doesn't care. I mean, the size difference, she's ready to go to war.
We got a jump-off situation here with Tiana Hawkins and DeWanna Bonner. Bonner gets the tip. Ball goes to Connecticut. Dejanay Carrington is in the game.
They had 16 points in their preseason game against Dallas Wings. The most points out of all the rookies in the preseason game.
Very crafty scorer, right?
A very aggressive big. I mean, was amazing at Baylor. Coming off the bench, got Sixth Man of the Year. And that was just a role that she had to really come into. And looks like a travel for Brianna Jones.
Stephanie Jones, her sister.
Jones.
Yeah, they look just alike.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they look
really
exactly
quick.
alike. That's Stephanie Jones, Brianna Jones' younger sister. And fun facts is the Jones sisters are one of 3 pairs of sisters in the WNBA, Autumn.
Nice.
Do you know who the other 2 pairs are?
Let me see.
I'll give you a hint. One of the sisters is on the floor right now.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh, gosh.
Bonner gets it up. I'll give you time to think on that. As she gets to Jonquel Jones, who leaks out for the easy 2. Great transition offense there by the Connecticut Sun. Atlanta takes a timeout with 3 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. And Autumn, I'll give you the answer after commercial break. Atlanta down 75-56, 3:12 remaining in the 4th quarter. More action after this.
The Atlanta Dream season opener on Twitter tonight is brought to you by Coca-Cola.
More fans in the stands enjoying themselves. Families finally getting to go to sporting events that we've all been waiting for over a year now. Much fun here in the Atlanta Dream new arena, the Gateway Center Arena, as Atlanta comes back with the ball. Kennedy Carter gets it over to Hawkins. Finds Courtney Williams off the on-ball screen. Gets it back in the post. Quick spin, shoots over DeWanna Bonner, doesn't get it to go, but Kennedy Carter comes down with the offensive rebound. Hawkins gets it up, and 1 for Tiana Hawkins. Very aggressive move to the basket, and 1 much needed play for the Atlanta Dream.
Saw 2 Sun in the paint, didn't care. Jonquel Jones and DeWanna Bonner went right past them to get the contact. Fearless. I mean, it's been a spark the entire game.
And Autumn, we've been saying this all game tonight. Tiana Hawkins, 10 points, 11 now as she converts the free throw. But, you know, the aggressor is going to come out victorious in this team, in this game, as Aaliyah Goodman, we see, has checked in. She's on a hardship waiver for the Sun, as Alyssa Thomas is out tonight. Jasmine Thomas, excuse me, with health and safety protocols.
I mean, which mentioned Aaliyah Goodman. I mean, just phenomenal banana 3 for Oregon State. Had an impressive season. A lot of hardship throughout the season due to COVID-19 for Oregon State. I mean, they didn't really get to play that much, but it was incredible down the stretch those last few games. And Aaliyah Goodman was definitely key part of that from her senior leadership.
And even in the preseason game that Connecticut had versus Dallas, she came in at the end and hit some pretty clutch three-point shots. She showed some really good signs, so no surprise that she was used here as the fill-in for the Connecticut Sun as another player, as Kennedy Carter knocks down a much-needed shot that could possibly get her going with 2 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, another player that did really well for a rookie for the Connecticut Sun was Dejanay Carrington. I mean, she had 16 points, 5 rebounds, as DeWanna Bonner just hit a nice 3 beyond the arc. She was the spark off the bench for Connecticut, just the adrenaline jolt that they needed, providing an offensive spark. But that's just the role that Dejanay Carrington knows how to play off the bench. She said she had to check herself at the door whenever she transferred from Stanford to Baylor, coming off the bench. And that's like a mentality thing, a physical thing, like you coming off the bench and being able to provide that spark, but she's able to handle it with so much poise, and she's the aggressor.
Yeah, it's hard to do, Autumn. I mean, you know, I played at Georgia Tech, and I came off the bench all the time, and I stayed on the bench because I wasn't ready to play.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so it's a very hard job as Bradford gets fouled in transition by the Sun, but you're absolutely right. It's a hard job to sit there and stay ready on the bench, and not feel self-pity for yourself. So, you know, that's part of the reason why Dejanay Carrington has such a successful, tournament with the NCAA tournament, and now she's drafted in the WNBA, and I'm pretty sure she'll have a lot of success here as well if she maintains that same attitude.
Yeah, she helped Baylor get to the Elite Eight. They played against Connecticut, lost, but, Dejanay Carrington, she had 22 points and had 7 rebounds as well. Had that last shot, disappointing way to end the season, but she's just phenomenal. I love her game, and she's going to have a bright future for Connecticut, especially when she gets a rhythm going.
Ari McDonald checks back into the game. Crystal Bradford knocked down the first of 2 free throws. Bradford knocks down the second one. Leah Goodman brings it up the floor for Connecticut. Pretty nice ball handling skills. Gets it into Montpremier, who gets it to Stephanie Jones. And Kennedy Carter almost comes up with the steal, but steps on the baseline. But great hustle by Carter.
I mean, the one thing about Carter this entire game, yes, she's been in foul trouble. A lot of her shots weren't able to go. Right now, she has 10 points. She's hustled throughout this entire game. I mean, there's no doubt about that. She has been involved in every single play, defensively and offensively. But, that's just hustle. That's what the Dream needs, and it's going to come together.
Yeah.
It's chemistry. And that block.
That was a double nice play by the Atlanta Dream, because Ari McDonald stepped in, sacrificed her body, and took the charge. But from behind,
Kennedy got her.
Carter came up and blocked the shot.
Nice, very nice. You saw her flex at the end, too, with it. She said, get that out of here. Love it.
We've been hearing a little trash talk on the court. I mean, I love it.
For sure. That's what I love about this, too. We talked about the intimate setting. You can hear everything.
Bradford with the nice spin moves, gets it back out to McDonald. McDonald takes it in over Leah Goodman, gets the foul. It's being rewarded, going to the line for 2.
Ari getting some good minutes, too. 15 minutes.
And Coach Peterson, interim head coach Mike Peterson, he's not worried at all from when we talked to him about Ari,
right.
The chemistry and her gelling. Every single day he was saying she's getting better. She's getting it. She's a sponge. She's soaking up so much information. She's asking questions. Yeah. She works hard every day. She doesn't take a play off. And, the most impressive thing he said about her is that she's already a professional.
Yeah.
She has a routine. She comes in, she works hard. And the funny thing is, she's working on her master's degree at Arizona, so she's still doing homework every day while she's training and playing in the WNBA.
Well, he also said she's a key part of how they're able to play non-traditional. You're going to always see 3 guards out there, 2 bigs. That's what they want to do. They want to be the quickest team on the floor, and they'll get it together. It's a chemistry thing at the end of the day. They just have to find a rhythm.
Crystal Bradford went up and got hit on a hard layup. The fashion in which she went up, though, I thought she was about to dunk it. But great transition. She was holding on it. But great transition basketball right here as Odyssey Sims gets it to Bradford, who goes right up and gets fouled by Carrington.
It's very unselfish basketball with Atlanta Dream. They're always looking for that best extra pass.
Yeah.
And, it's always that dish, the perfect look that gets the first. They suffocate. They draw the attention in heading to the basket, but then that open player gets rewarded for running the floor with them. So I think it's very unselfish basketball, and it works to their benefit.
And in turn, the team gets, the reward for it, right? You get the win, you get the extra points. Everybody's working together, and not one person has to work extra hard. So nice start here for the Connecticut Sun as they close out and beat the Atlanta Dream 78-67 is your final here from Atlanta. Kurt Miller here saying goodbye to the crowd. The Atlanta Dream not taking the win tonight, but a lot to learn from. Great. Final score 78-67. Autumn, any closing points for you for the Atlanta Dream?
I mean, just overall, they're going to be a great team to look out for, a very explosive backcourt, and they're going to progress as the season goes on.
I agree. The chemistry will be able to get there in due time. Jonquel Jones made it happen for the Connecticut Sun. Wednesday, May 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern at the Gateway Center Arena. You can watch it on Facebook, but that is the next Atlanta Dream game where you can catch them in action. For Autumn Johnson and our entire crew, I'm Tabitha Turner. Thanks for joining us for Atlanta Dream Basketball, brought to you by Coca-Cola. Our next telecast, Wednesday, May 19th, when the Dream take on the Chicago Sky at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tonight's final score, 78-67. Have a good night, everyone.